she was practically always referred to as Oprah. Soon after Winfrey was born, her unmarried parents split up, leaving her in the care of her maternal grandmother on the family farm. Winfrey used to amuse herself as a child by play acting in front of a cast of farm animals. At the age of 2.5, she began to read, under the stern instruction of her grandma. When she was 2 years old, she gave a sermon to the members of her church about when Jesus rose on Easter Day. After writing a message to her teacher on the first day of school asserting that she belonged in first grade, Winfrey then skipped kindergarten. After that year, she was moved up to the third grade. When Winfrey was 6 years old, she was transferred north to live with her mother and 2 half-brothers in a Milwaukee ghetto, a very impoverished and unsafe area. She was moved to live with her father in Nashville, Tennessee, when she was 12 years old. She started giving talks at social events and churches, and briefly had a sense of security and happiness. One speech brought in $500. At that point, she was aware that she desired to be paid to talk. Winfrey had to leave the security of her father's house after being called back by her mother once more. When Winfrey was a young adolescent, the impoverished urban environment had a severe impact on her, and her issues were made worse by recurrent sexual molestation, beginning at age 9, by men other family members trusted. Her mother had a variety of occupations, and little free time to watch over her. According to Winfrey, her father saved her life. She received direction, structure, regulations, and books from him, who she found to be very strict. He made his daughter write weekly book reports, and unless she mastered 5 new vocabulary terms every day, she was not allowed to eat. Winfrey developed into a top student who joined the theater, debate, and student council clubs. She got a full scholarship to Tennessee State University in an Elks Club speech contest. She received an invitation to a White House conference on youth the following year. After winning the Miss Fire Prevention title from WVOL, a nearby radio station in Nashville, Winfrey was employed by the station to read its afternoon newscasts. During her first year at Tennessee State University, Winfrey won the titles of Miss Black Nashville and Miss Tennessee. Winfrey declined a job offer from the Nashville CBS affiliate twice, before ultimately listening to a speech teacher who emphasized that job offers from CBS were the reason people go to college. Winfrey was Nashville's first African American female evening news co-anchor, and the show was broadcast every evening on WTVF-TV. She was a sophomore in college at the age of 19. Following her graduation, Winfrey was hired by WJZ-TV in Baltimore, Maryland, to provide the local news updates during Good Morning America, known as cut-ins. Shortly after, she was transferred to the morning discussion show Baltimore is Talking with co-host Richard Scher. After 7 years on the program, Winfrey's producer, Deborah DeMaio, sent an audition tape to the general manager of WLS-TV, the ABC affiliate in Chicago. She and DeMaio were hired at the time because her ratings in Baltimore are higher than those of national talk show host Phil Donahue. In January 1984, Winfrey relocated to Chicago, Illinois, and took over as anchor of AM Chicago, a morning discussion program that frequently received the lowest ratings. After 1 month, she switched the focus of the program from conventional women's issues to current, contentious, debatable topics, and the broadcast was on par with Donahue's show. It made progress after 3 months. The Oprah Winfrey Show was renamed and extended to an hour in September 1985. Donahue consequently relocated to New York City. When Winfrey first on television in 1985, Quincy Jones, 1933, thought she would make a good actor in a film he was co-producing with director Steven Spielberg, 1946. The Color Purple, an author who died in 1944, served as the inspiration for the movie. Her sole prior acting experience came from a one-woman performance of the history of black women through drama and song that she gave in 1978 as part of an African American theater festival. Following The Color Purple's success, Winfrey's show gained enormous popularity, and in September 1985, distributor King World purchased the syndication rights, the license to distribute a television program, to screen the program in 138 locations, setting a record for the first-time distribution. Even though Donahue was broadcast on 200 stations that year, Winfrey won her time slot by 31%, attracted twice as many viewers in Chicago as Donahue, and carried the top 10 markets in the country. Winfrey was recognized for her singular contributions to the city's cultural scene in 1986, with a special award from the Chicago Academy for the Arts, and the National Organization of Women named her a Woman of Achievement. Winfrey was recognized as the best talk show host, and the Oprah Winfrey Show won numerous Emmys for Best Talk Show. In order to produce the subjects she desired, Winfrey established her own production company, Harpo Incorporated, in August 1986. This included the television drama miniseries, based on Gloria Naylor's novel The Women of Brewster Place, in which she appeared alongside Cicely Tyson, Robin Givens, Olivia Cole, Jackie, Paula Kelly, and Lynn Whitfield. The miniseries aired in March 1989, and in May 1990, ABC debuted Brewster Place, a regular series that also starred Winfrey. Aside from Beloved and Kaffir Boy, Winfrey also had the cinematic rights to Mark Mathabane's autobiographical, relating to a tale about oneself, book Kaffir Boy, which is about growing up in South Africa during the apartheid era. Winfrey launched an on-air reading club in September 1996. Winfrey stepped up on September 17th and declared her intention to get the country reading. She urged her loving followers to rush to the bookstore to purchase the book she had selected. The following month, they would address it live on air. The first response was astounding. For a debut book, The Deep End of the Ocean had impressive sales. Since June, 68,000 copies had been distributed. However, during the last week of August, when Winfrey informed the publisher of her plans, and the on-air revelation in September, Viking printed 90,000 more copies. The topic had circulated 750,000 times. By the time it was broadcast on October 18th, the book quickly rose to the top of the bestseller list. An additional 100,000 copies were printed before February 1997. The club guaranteed Winfrey's position as the nation's most effective book marketer. Compared to morning news programs, other daytime shows, evening magazines, radio shows, print reviews, and feature stories put together, she drove more people to bookstores. However, Winfrey chose to scale back after 6 years with her book club in the spring of 2002, and the book club is no longer a regular staple. Winfrey has generously donated to philanthropic organizations and institutions like Morehouse College, the Harold Washington Library, the United Negro College Fund, and Tennessee State University, despite being one of the wealthiest women in America and the highest paid entertainment in the world. Through the 2003 to 2004 television season, Winfrey extended her agreement with King World Productions to continue hosting The Oprah Winfrey Show. With King World, Winfrey and the Harpo production company intend to create other syndicated television shows. As one of the richest women in America, Winfrey also has wise quotes. Here are some of them. The more you praise and celebrate your life, the more there is in life to celebrate. Surround yourself with only people who are going to lift you higher. Be thankful for what you have. You'll end up having more. If you concentrate on what you don't have, you will never, ever have enough. Think like a queen. A queen is not afraid to fail. Failure is another stepping stone to greatness. Where there is no struggle, there is no strength. The greatest discovery of all time is that a person can change his future by merely changing his attitude. What God intended for you goes far beyond anything you can imagine. Breathe, let go, and remind yourself that this very moment is the only one you know you have for sure. You can have it all. You just can't have it all at once. You can either see yourself as a wave in the ocean, or you can see yourself as the ocean. My philosophy is that not only are you responsible for your life, but doing the best at this moment puts you at the best place for the next moment. Excellence is the best deterrent to racism or sexism. With age comes the understanding and appreciation of your most important asset, your health. The thing you fear most has no power. Your fear of it is what has the power. Facing the truth really will set you free. The whole point of being alive is to evolve into the complete person you were intended to be. The challenge of life